as an obstacle to get to the playoffs on Sunday, and it's going to be either Complexity or NaVi that will make that playoffs. The other team will still have to play tomorrow in the elimination matches of the group, so there's still a chance for that other team, but you kind of don't want to have to play tomorrow. You want to be able to sit back and relax and watch your potential opponents play. So one more game. We're in game 3. Complexity NaVi is 1-on-1. We have Fogged and Winter here to break it down, and we're going to talk about game 3 because we've seen both of these teams win. We've seen both of these teams have success earlier today as well. But what is the true way for this team to win?
Jungle Dota.
Jungle, yeah. Creeps. Jungle creeps.
Wow. Don't, please. Guys, people at home.
Not what you think
No.
we're saying. Not what you think we're talking about.
We're talking about Chen and Enchantress specifically. And these two players, Z-Freak, Roger, they play very, very aggressive on their jungle heroes. So you're saying jungle, but it's not actually jungle. We have one out.
There goes jungler number 1.
Do they ban the Veno again?
Ooh.
Or do they ban the Enchantress? They've been banning the Veno every time.
Well, NaVi has first pick. Would they first pick Enchantress?
I think they should.
Yep, the Veno is banned.
There
There it is. All right, all right. Hope Complexity has an answer for that one.
What do they get here?
Oh.
Doom and
It's time
Doom
to,
Mirana, right?
it's time to place my bets on NaVi. They have the jungler.
You're okay, you're in already? Okay, okay, Twitter.
All right.
He's in already on NaVi.
Okay, so the counter picks that are available. Doom.
Yeah. We've seen the Doom, we've seen
CM Mirana. Mirana is pretty
yeah.
good.
Those are the two that I was thinking, but they still stick with their Shaker. And what's the secondary one? The
Shaker
Puck. Hard to gank hero as the Enchantress, right? That's kind of what they wanted to go for here. And
Okay, so
NaVi's
they go for the clockwork.
targeting the Shaker.
Yeah, against the
This is
Shaker.
a Dagon Puck against Enchantress.
Puck overall is just good versus Enchantress
Yeah,
anyway.
magic
Because you have
burst.
Magic Burst, yeah. And you're
So you
what we've
don't need
seen
a
is
Dagon. would you
eventually,
say?
maybe.
Okay.
Sure, but you know you're gonna see the Veil picked up as well because he has a Shaker. So
Luxury item. You go one step at a time. You go for your Veil, you go for your use if you need one, dagger. Then you get a Dagon.
yeah, and I love the way when Complexity picks the Puck too because we don't know where it is. Well, I've seen them run it safe lane. So
Do they do it on all 3 players?
all 3? Or they switch the role. I think
They switch the lane, but not the player.
not the player. Yeah, just the lane.
But Mu doesn't play the hero.
No, but it is Limp's one of his signature heroes.
Yeah,
if you're thinking
that is
about
the one
Limp,
thing.
it is going to be Tiny first, Puck second.
He is like in my impression, the spell casting mid. He plays all these spell casting heroes very well. Puck Tiny.
He's gotten like very good at his laning though overall from what I've seen. Like he's hit that 9K. I rarely see him like if it's actually a 1v1 matchup. I rarely see him not be like ahead or even with the player.
Okay, they ban out
Very
the
impressive.
Weaver, so are we gonna see? Hey, Bat Rider is still in the pool. Bat Rider could be really good here.
Did ban Weaver? Has it been all the games, all 3, or was it just 2 of them that we saw?
We had a Weaver let through a previous game.
So when they have Enchantress, they banned.
But the
Weaver.
game before that, they banned it. Yeah, then they had
maybe
Enchantress.
They think it's good versus the Ench.
Maybe.
Because it's hard to
double
roam
attack.
on.
The double attack.
The double attack and it's hard to move on. But the double attack is usually
but
quite slow.
is there a chance where they run Ench and Clock as both their supports and they pick a Bat? Is it possible just to run over the lanes? Because like most of the heroes that are really good against Bat Rider in the laning phase, the carries are out. Weaver and Lifesteal are by far I think the 2 best heroes against there's still Juggernaut against the Bat, so that he doesn't have kill potential on you and you have kill potential on him.
I think coL might take the Bat, right?
Maybe.
Because of those 2 bans, the Ember Lifestealer bans.
Yeah, Bat Rider seems really good now, except only one hero I think can actually screw him over. I think Nyx is still there. And I mean, obviously NS, but I think teams are going to stay away from NS here.
Why? It's been first pick in so many games. Why
yeah,
is why all of
it
a sudden?
seems like it doesn't work with what? Like NaVi picks it, but it's not so good against coL because coL sticks together too much as a team.
Okay, so pick up potential.
You want wave clear and team fight hero.
Yeah, wave fight and team player.
Alright.
Wave fight and team player. That was good. That was good stuff right there. It's been a long day.
It has been a long day.
Wave clear and team fight. There we go. English, hard language.
Tell me about it.
Yep.
Alright, so Complexity, I mean, you're thinking about a Bat would fit them well, but at the same time, if they pick a Bat now, then you're going to be revealing more about what that Puck is doing.
The thing is like if they pick Bat Rider, they have bad part Earthshaker, it means that they're building into a composition where they have to pick a very big hero, like a big carry, like AM kind, Morphling kind of hero.
Yeah.
Which I think you mentioned earlier, Fog, that they don't really play that kind of Dota, right?
That's not their style usually, no. But it is a very good bat already versus Enchantress and Clockwork. You know, magic damage versus the Ench. You can fly out of the cogs, of course.
What needs to happen for Complexity to have a good Visage game? Because that hero is still in the pool, is one of their most played heroes as well, and very successful.
And she's really good against Visage though early. Like Visage is gonna get wrecked in the lane.
No, they're going for a different type of dragon.
Okay, so
I know Visage is not a dragon.
So that's their support. Okay, so that's their support hero.
It's a Wyvern too. No?
It is a Wyvern.
They don't run offlane Wyvern, right?
They did.
They do run offlane Wyvern
and
too.
they did earlier today.
Okay.
Moo has played it. Did they run? No, Zfreak played the Wyvern this.
Yeah, Zfreak played the Wyvern.
Zfreak played it the last time.
You're confusing
They
me.
have played. They have played it in other
another
official games.
Yeah, another game.
Yes.
In their qualifier games, I have seen Moo play it, and he really likes playing the hero because Ice was playing it a bit in the offlane
Yeah, it's
too.
all his fault, man.
Yeah,
he started it.
So Oracle pickup. So it's gonna be the Clockwork on general.
So Clockwork Clockwork offlane, Oracle plus Ench dual support, pretty strong early.
But coL insta snags the CK. That's really good versus the Clockwork in lane because you can pull him out of the cogs.
Would you consider it good against Enchantress? I mean, you have the Untouchable, but one hit would actually kill her.
Eventually, the Enchantress. I think
Enchantress is good.
About early game.
Enchantress is gonna be weak later, but early I think he's still gonna be okay against the CK.
Oracle Huskar, the Seneko special.
Oi, 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 oi.
So and look, Kyle's like, I don't care about this at all. Look at this. Look at that grin he's got on right now.
Why is he so happy about that? Does he have something good for it?
I mean,
is he ready for it?
CK.
They got
He's
CK?
really good against Huskar.
Yeah. And they've got Wyvern too, so they can.
They can save people that can jump.
And they're puck to silence the Oracle.
They've got ways to get into the back lines already
too. That is actually very peculiar. Choosing, I don't know, maybe it's quite hard to make it work though this game against what coL has.
Yeah, I definitely have to.
Unless they can come up with some last pick that's like super good.
Wyvern's also pretty good versus Huskar too. Like in the with the Q with the Arctic Burn, it's pretty obnoxious to play versus that.
Percentage damage?
Yeah, percent damage.
Don't worry, Oracle can remove it.
Yeah, can remove it.
Fortune's End.
If
Good spell. So NaVi does not have the last pick this time, so they have to pick Danny's hero before seeing the last hero from coL.
It's not a good Lina game either.
Yeah.
So Lina's like one of the safest picks, and it's one of the most reliable ones for him.
They need like a hero that can deal with illusions though, like Tinker, like this kind of hero, like maybe a Zeus pick, like something that can kill the illusions. Right now, these 4 heroes, they do not kill illusions. They literally do nothing to him.
I feel like they need something that's early game though. Like because I feel like if they just go late game versus a CK, like that's gonna be.
I mean, if you have a Tinker or Zeus or something that can deal with illusions.
Maybe the Tinker, but their team fights.
They don't have Teamfight.
Their team fight's like pretty bad right now.
Which is very unlike NaVi. They like the team fight.
Their wave clear is also
but they have very strong early game. They have very strong. Their lanes are really good.
Yeah, the lanes are strong. But the thing that we were talking about was, wave clear and team fight, and they don't have either at all. So that's
Lina makes up for that maybe a bit.
Stick with the
still
Lina.
go with the Lina. Okay.
Lina's decent against the illusions. Not like great, but it's okay.
It's damage. At least it's nuke damage through the Wyvern Cold Embrace as well.
One thing good you see from NaVi here is like they're sticking to their guns.
Yeah.
They're not phased even after losing like 1 game against coL. They're still going to do what they think is good for the team.
What's coL's last hero? They've decided.
Yeah.
So they basically can still switch with Wyvern position 5 or offlane, right?
Yep. We still don't know exactly what their roles are on coL. But their hero pick is definitely decided.
I just want to use that last time to talk through the plan. Make sure everybody's on the same page. But what is that last pick going to be? There it is. Nature's Prophet.
Here's the Nature's Prophet again.
You don't sound convinced, Winter.
It's okay. It's a good hero.
You still don't sound convinced, Winter.
But I don't know about the Huskar this game. That's my bigger concern here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really crazy about it. The CK pick I think is gonna do work.
I mean, it's like a NaVi kind of draft. They draft really risky. They don't go for like conventional like stable solid drafts. They draft like that, very aggressive and very risky. So, but I don't really like it this time. I think I prefer. I'm on the NA train.
All right. I mean, I'm not even going to ask.
And not anybody. I think that Lina can suffer a lot in this game too, because the Nature's Prophet TP's ganking mid early, and I think it's a hard Huskar game personally.
All right, let's find out how NaVi is going to use that Huskar to their benefit. It is over to Capitalist and Blitz for the last game of the day.
That's right. It's the North American qualifier versus the CIS qualifying team. These two looking to be able to take that top spot in their group and move on to the Sunday, where they don't have to play any matches tomorrow in the day of death. But it seems like our panel is kind of feeling like NaVi kind of shot themselves in the foot right now with their draft. No fans of the Huskar there.
Huskar will die. Like,
a lot.
They will kill Huskar, but never count on Huskar at the same time. He exists in like these two zones at once. He's like
simultaneously a terrible hero that wins games.
Yeah, exactly. He's just like, he can win. Sometimes you can just get run over in the lanes, Huskar, Roshan, game over, go next. But in this case, there's no next.
All right.
Are
so
you not
very
believing?
execution-based for
Yes.
NaVi. Is
What
that
do you
you're
think?
saying? I hate the Huskar.
You hate Huskar? I love Huskar personally.
I mean, I just don't think that it fit. Like, they got Chaos Knighted. They already had Wyvern. I think Earthshaker's not bad versus Huskar as well, because he gets the Enchant Totem hit, right? Heavy amount of physical damage there.
Yeah.
So I just don't. It feels like to me, NaVi was like, we're set on this. This is what we're doing, and it didn't really matter what the draft was.
I thought I was going to say something like really genius, and I realized it was just like the stupidest
nothing
thing ever.
there?
I was going to say, like, with Huskar drafts, you either win or you lose. But it's like, all right,
Well
let me
done.
extrapolate.
Yes.
With Huskar drafts, it's either you win the early game and the mid game, because this hero does not go well late game.
Yeah.
Like, he gets kited very easily, he falls off, he builds very mid-game heavy, all of his items are very mid-game heavy, and if you can't end the game by a certain time, especially in a game like this, you're going to have a tough time.
All right, so I'll extrapolate on your brilliance.
Because everyone gets
So you're going to win until you lose, and if you end up losing, you lose.
Yeah.
All right, great stuff.
It doesn't make sense when I say it out loud, but in my brain it like made perfect sense, and I was like,
No,
this is going to stun people.
It is a momentum-based hero.
Yes, by far.
Cannot afford to lose the early game, and he's got to dominate the mid game and end this game fast.
Yeah, you got to kill a lot of fools and then become the Terminator.
And Complexity do have one of those heroes that scales pretty well. I have been routinely impressed by Chaos Knights and how well they handle late game. That hero seems like a beast now.
He is. He hits hard, he hits fast. He's very tanky. He's a very free way to go high ground as well. Not easy to kill at all. He comes with a stun. He's one of the few carries that are actually useful with the stun.
Yeah.
Think about the other carries that have a stun, like Wraith King. Wraith King sucks.
Yeah. His biggest downside is just he's based around his ultimate, right?
Yeah.
Pretty long cooldown. And is that something that NaVi are limited in any way?
I don't think so. I think that with Lina or coL, at least in the early game, they're going to be somewhat okay. It's when it gets really late that things get really scary.
Yeah.
Like if they push this game to a decent pace. And interestingly enough, that we should talk about this, this is a Moo Winter Wyvern and a Z-Freak Nature's Prophet, because we did not talk about that, and that is definitely
that's
not
natural,
how you
right? That's what happens every Dota game. I figured it wasn't a big deal, so I didn't bring it up.
Oh, really?
Oh, you thought it was a big deal? I saw this coming a mile away.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Even though they played Wyvern earlier as a support.
I mean, that was just a mind trick.
Okay, okay. They're setting it up. They're playing 8D chess.
Yeah,
They've been
exactly.
thinking about
I mean, listen, series is 3 games, Will.
Yes,
You can't really
that's
get too locked in on one game.
A series technically in a tournament is like, it's like 20 games combined. So you got to be thinking about the next level on top of the next level.
I'm not going to spoil it for you, Will, but I can already see their grand final plan.
Damn, that's crazy.
Anyway, so what is the deal with this?
Okay, I think it's because the Wyvern has a very good time against this lineup. Especially if you give this core Wyvern some farm, the percentage-based damage is going to be very good against the Huskar. He's going to be able to survive against General up at top.
Look at General.
Like, General can never really lock him down.
Yeah, he thought he could challenge.
He flies away.
He takes too much damage.
Yeah, and on top of that, he's going to get the early levels needed for his ultimate. That's going to counter this Oracle Huskar combo pretty decently. And I think all in all, it's a very good game for Winter Wyvern core.
So did you watch the Ice 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 Winter Wyvern when he played it off lane?
Yeah.
Did you watch my video on it too?
No.
No.
I don't care about you that much.
I did not think the Winter Wyvern off lane was spectacular.
You didn't?
No, I didn't. But if they're putting in this 1v1, I think that really helps things quite a lot because I think it's so important for this Winter Wyvern to have a strong laning phase.
Yes, and he's going to have a pretty good laning phase. Although at
As long
top,
as he doesn't die here.
Oh, he might be dead. They both have boots.
Puff, puff, puff. He's going to be able to fly into the trees. Cogs burn, and he's
Pause. Good. Okay, he's got 50 HP, 1 mana.
General is slow and he's stuck inside his cogs. There's no way he dies, right? So he's just going to get some damage on General. And,
General's done a good job in this lane.
Yeah,
he got early boots and just ran at him. And I really like Mu lately in these one-on-one matchups, especially that Beastmaster. He played that so well, but General is getting the better of him. Keep in mind, this is not a pause for anything else.
And what about this Furion support? Because you should have some special insight into this one, Will.
The Furion support?
Yeah, you guys ran the Furion support, or support Tide Hunter, sorry.
Support
and
Tide.
Cord Furion, sorry.
The other way around, but I'd imagine it's okay. You're pretty annoying around the lanes. You have Treants to harass, but it is a little bit odd. It means that you have one less form of control, and normally your 5 position or your 4 position
so you really have to make up for that.
Doesn't really need a lot of farm to do a lot.
Yeah. So you kind of have to make up for it in the laning phase and being able to abuse teleport.
Yes. And he's getting a lot of levels up at top right now as a trade-off of Mu dying early, and his TP rotations are going to be nasty. Puck plus Nature's Prophet is a lot stronger of a combination than the Razor plus Nature's Prophet was, especially against his Lina. They can burst him down pretty quickly. Dendi doesn't have Tangos either. Of course, he can Light Strike his way out of there, but rapidly running out of mana as Limp. Doing very well in this lane so far. Dendi has had a stellar day, but thus far, losing to the puck.
What do you think of Dendi as a mid laner?
Dendi?
A former mid laner yourself.
He farms very well. Like, especially in the mid game. Hold that thought as bottom. Chessie gonna get gone on, but perfect fissure.
Stops the Centaur stun from coming out. Allows Chessie to be able to escape that one. Seneko drops so low as Z-Freak came in from behind, got a lot of damage in. Now they're going to be able to go for Roger. 1 second stun. Z-Freak doesn't actually block out the little path there, but the Treants will be there. Easy kill. First blood, actually. Didn't even realize we hadn't had a kill yet.
Okay, so extrapolating on Dendi, I think in the past they did this thing where they helped him every single game, but they're giving him more and more one-on-one matchups that I think benefits his type of style. He's playing more of this split push, farm around the map. He's being more of a threat than he's ever been. Especially with this lineup, I think it was important for Dendi to have this kind of team that could play around that fact. He can just throw a lot of different styles at you. He's got these comfort heroes that he's very good with. And on top of that, his team is just gelling. I think Crystallize was kind of the missing piece in the equation. Same with Roger. Like, these 2 additions especially has helped their team chemistry out a lot, I think. Their willingness to just fight. And Havost can't underplay his role in NaVi as well. I think all of these things combined are what's allowing Dendi to shine lately.
For the first time in a long time, I feel like I'm watching the old Dendi.
Yes.
You know, he's playing more aggressive heroes. He's playing a little bit more like, you know, those kind of snowballing mids.
Yeah.
I mean, Ancient Apparition mid is just sort of a gimme, right? Yeah. That's a throwback, obviously, but
you need a good team around you to look good.
Yeah.
Some people stand out because that's the style of the game, but game resumes as Limp firing an orb. Dendi does have raindrops and it does not connect though.
How's this aggro tri-lane faring? Looking at the CS, oh god, that hurts. 5-0 for our Huskar.
Yeah, this is exactly what you need to do against the Huskar. You need to limit the amount of farm that he can have. Ruin his game.
Top lane, or Winter Wyvern's dropping more and more and more. I can see his HP bar.
So does our guy as General. Just kind of playing around, seeing if this Wyvern will bite. And this aggro tri-lane of Nature's Prophet, Earthshaker, and Chaos Knight has been wildly successful. And Roger made that rotation early, wasn't successful, and top 2 net worth in the game.
Both wards going down. Kyle's going to be gone on here by the Hellbear Smasher. As well as Seneko rooting in. They have no stuns.
And he's
missed out on the coil?
Oh, that would have been...
That's an easy kill if he gets it.
That's a very easy kill. Dendi just going to walk away and say, all right, cool. Sometimes you get those freebies. You don't ask questions.
Yeah,
you just take them.
You just take those free wins. Chessie,
everybody gets
on
one.
him, slow him down.
He's alone.
2-second stun onto the Hellbear, but he still has the root coming in from the Oracle. A little bit of extra damage.
He's
Healed
got
up,
one.
but it's not enough to outdo the Burning Spear.
Thought that he would at least attempt to stick there. That would have been an extra 60 health.
Especially
And
since he had the Oracle
General
going on.
He's making the move.
Oh no, move!
Probably
He doesn't
dead
have the
here.
fly anymore. They do have Z-Freak coming in, but no stuns, obviously, and this hero gets the Sprout, but it's outside of the range of tower. Z-Freak is going to have to run into the trees and not
All
get
right,
juked
General,
out here.
Here you go.
And he's too fast.
Your big movement.
He's too fast.
Oh, meanwhile, Dendi gets a solo
Oh,
kill?
damn. A blunder from Limp failing to kill Dendi turns things even more sour.
The confusing part about that, too, is that Limp had a DD, so I thought, if anything, we were going to miss a Limp kill on a Dendi, but...
Crystallize,
oh boy, at
slow
bottom.
down.
So a rebuttal kill that was sorely needed for Complexity. At the same time, things still in their favor.
See, this
Matters
is the
a
thing.
goal.
Like, Furion would always do well against Clockwork, right? He's got both Treants, and he can sprout himself out of cogs.
Yeah.
And it looks like a Winter Wyvern rotating bottom. They're going to leave the Furion up here for a little while. Why didn't they do this from the beginning?
I think they really like the aggro try.
Yeah.
They're a really big fan of this. It was going so successfully, even if the other two lanes are just whatever. As
Oh
at
no, we
bottom.
didn't push him out of the cogs. Z-Freak. He pops a Fairy Fire just to get that little bit extra heal, and it might just saved him.
Oh, there's no way.
General.
You've got a juke
He's
for
got
your
a hook
life
shot,
right now.
and
Oh.
he's got a range, apparently, to be able to get that melee attack.
Meanwhile, at bottom, they
Bottom
committed
lane.
a lot for this, and they're going to get the creep. Maybe? Okay, they do.
With the Winter Wyvern here, and now Puck actually coming in as well.
They're trying to
They have
protect
to
the
give up this
catapult.
tower.
They don't want their enchanters to just steal the catapult and stop this push.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And this is a pretty big push for them. Get the tier 1. Force the Huskar out, because where's Huskar supposed to go? It's going to be top, but he's not going to be too happy about being forced up here either. As his net worth...
Mid lane.
Oh,
Attempts
gonna
here,
dodge.
phase shift. Dodging the LSA, and we'll be able to jump to the orb just fine.
Very good stun by Kyle. Saving Limp as...
Top lane, we're going to
up
go
at
for a
top.
dive here, but Moose here, as well as Z-Freak. So General wrapped himself behind, thought he was going to be able to go for a hookshot kill. Instead, has to go for TP out.
No, sir. That deals a lot of damage.
Whoa,
by the
did
way.
I just say that right? He's going an armlet?
What?
No, I'm crazy. That's someone else.
You're crazy, man. Nobody has Armlight, right?
I mean, surely Chaos Knight has built a one, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't have it completed. He opted to go for Treads first, or at least the Belt of Giant Strength.
Yeah.
He has all 4 tangos, by the way. At
He
bottom,
didn't
General.
keep those 4 tangos, right?
I don't think so. I feel
That's
like
a
that was a
fresh
fresh
set.
purchase. Yeah. That would have been weird if he...
Yeah.
Oh.
Hook shot in with Crystallize nearby if they can actually lock down Chessie.
This is an arcane
Oh,
rune.
he
As
actually tries
uses
to
that?
use the Reality Grab to jump farther away. 1 second stop, but here comes Crystallize inside the cogs, though. This doesn't look good at all. Kyle's going to be able to get the Fisher on the bolt, and Chessie is surviving. The Burning Spear's just not going to be enough.
no way.
Even that
Oh, he's
little bit
gonna
of
try
extra
to
for the
dodge.
rocket. Oh, he is! The Burning Spear will finish him off. Still a 2-for-1. Space for Dendi, though, to push in against that mid tower again.
Yes. That tango did not save him. Oh, that would have been so clutch if it did. As Dendi, like you said, shoving in this mid lane, and this is exactly what Lina does. When you rotate out of your lane, he's going to pressure it because he can just spam out the lane. He's got a lot of attack speed. That's what made her so popular in the first place. Kind of coming back a little bit as Limp.
Top lane, 3 Oracle kills. Chessie makes his way from that bottom lane. After he died, goes up the top. They've already taken that tower. Time to put the pressure on top, it seems.
Yeah. And net worth lead in favor of Complexity, but a lot of this comes from the fact that both supports on the side of Navi are just so poor. But you don't really need that much
Wrap
farm on
around.
Oracle.
General goes in with a hook shot onto Chessie. Chessie's going to pop the Phantasm. Doesn't actually get that extra illusion,
he's
which
just
he
gonna
sorely
fight.
needs. But the Sprout is going to be able to separate the two. But here comes Roger. If he can actually slow down Chessie enough for the Centaur to get there, maybe they can still get this kill. The Fear and Ult doing a lot of damage there. They managed to get the root follow-up Centaur stun. General should be able to get the extra damage. To finish him off, helpless Seneko secures the kill.
Oh, even get a Sanaya on the creep. And they're chasing for this. Limp is up here too. He's got a regen rune, but Roger pops the heal. Dendi also showing up to help his friends. As this should just be a 1-for-0 as General going in pretty deep, but coiled up, looks just fine.
Really good zoning cogs here. Kyle would need a brilliant Fisher to block General in, and Dendi there's no way they take that fight.
Yeah, not at all. And that's another kill on Chessie. who is only level 6 right now. The Huskar suffering kind of the same fate, though, as he's been pretty close to his armlet, but just completes it right now. Armlet timing is all right, not the best. Considering his laning phase, it's actually pretty decent.
Crystallize, not able to get close enough to move. Let's make that dive. Move's making it kind of appealing now they get the hook shot in. They're going to dive in deep into the tower in order to try and get this kill, but they're not going to be able to get it. Flies over the cogs now. Underneath the tower, looks like they'll still be able to get away. Dendy's going to drop real low from that last little nuke, and they are going to be able to catch him with the Reality Rift. Pull back the Clockwork. And top lane getting pushed in by the Furion at the same time, so big win for Complexity there in the mid lane.
And this is, I guess, the benefit of the support Nature's Prophet is that he doesn't have to be at these fights. His team is going to win the fights for him, and he's going to pressure the other side of the map as well. And Complexity, they do have the type of lineup that can fight 4-on-5 for quite some time.
Yeah.
But they're going to grab this mid tower, very important for them. We always talk about the importance of grabbing the first 2 towers in the game, the mid one and the enemy safe lane, just so that you can place wards in the enemy jungle and make them farm a little bit more unsafe.
6-6, 12 minutes in. A 3,000 gold lead for Complexity. But the shining hope is Dendy, who's sitting top of the net worth at 5K. He's going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting since our Huskar has been MIA for quite some time. Shut down too much in the laning phase. Had to recover a lot of farm in his jungle.
He's still Huskar, though. He'll deal a lot of damage. He'll be very annoying. He'll do Huskar things as Curious Enough, Boots of Travel picked up on Puck. And I like this decision. The reason why he's going for this cap is he wants to prevent that kind of Lina playstyle that Dendy had in the past, where he could just split push and up and top. Clockwork Hook goes in, Nature's Prophet likely
can get that Sprout this time around. Does manage to push General out of the cogs, tries to go for the TP out, and the Treants are taking up all those shots.
That
little lucky, little not.
There was a lot of Treants there, but meanwhile, an even more important target as Roshan being taken, but Complexity, they immediately know, and this is a big one. Roshan's at about half HP, but Crystallize is getting low. They do have the Oracle ulti. Now the question is, NaVi, do you contend for this? General on the high ground here, doesn't have that hookshot quite yet, but does pop the Shrine.
Man, they're really going to try. Bottom lane's being pushed in by Moo, the Winter Wyvern.
And Moo should TP for this right now.
Yeah, as they start going into the pit, they're going to block him out from this path, but they don't have their full 5 just yet. In fact, they only have 3 members here. Limp is immediately getting blown up by the Laguna Blade. It seems like Complexity were just not ready to fight. Moo's here now, though, but a save. Good Echo Slam. There goes the ultimate out from the Winter Wyvern, trying to finish off Crystallize underneath that one, but he gets extra heal out of that Q, so he's going to be able to live through that one. Finishes off the Furion. Moo doesn't have anything left in the tank, so he's also going to be chased away, potentially dying here as Roger has the damage, maybe able to finish him off, but Moo gets to the trees, managed to fly over. He turns around, gets a little damage out. He's challenging Seneko with the Treants there. They will manage to get 1 counter kill, 2 actually, 2 for 3 so far. Oh, there's the extra one. They get the Dendy as well.
Moo just doing this fight so well right now. The Puck's TPing in too.
He's going to be able to complete that Boots of Travel TP, finish off Roger. What was a 2 for 3 is now a 3 for 4 to the favor of Complexity.
Still, Roshan's going to be the huge target here as Moo.
I mean,
so well done.
Low. I don't think they have anything.
Dendy's dead for 25, does have the buyback if he wants to commit this. General, he's got the hook shot. This is going to be the point of concern right now for Complexity. If he can steal this, and he's going to go for it. In he goes.
Oh, Aegis is out. Who's going to pick it up? It's on the ground. Somebody pick it up. He gets it.
Oh, my.
General grabs the Aegis. He's going to die here, and he'll probably die again.
Nobody could get an item on the ground as Complexity. They're going to pick up the kill, but still, maybe not.
Fisher block, 1 second. Limp going to have to throw out the coil just to make sure they do manage to get that kill, but the damage is done.
The timing on that was so perfect by General. A very worthwhile death as he manages to snatch that Aegis. That would have been a huge one for Complexity, as I don't know if NaVi have the firepower to take down that CK twice. But that question doesn't have to be answered, as that snatch, it took a really long time.
Yeah, it did.
They all had items. Nobody picked it up.
You'd think it would be a lot faster since you have backpack now, too.
Yeah, that was weird just because both teams weren't able to do it. That threw me off a little bit, but...
They probably just heroes were in the way. Couldn't right-click.
Yes, as Chaos Knight still in a very good position. NaVi really needed to win that Roche fight. Moo saving that for his team, making it very difficult for NaVi to just go back in.
So why the medallion Is everyone just loving Medallion right now on the
cool
Nature's Prophet?
Yeah.
What about the Blade Mail build that we used to see from 4 position Nature's Prophet?
It's all right, but not Roger up at top. He's going to get gone on. Do they have the damage
There are
for
a
this?
lot of units there.
They
Now we see
might.
it. Roger's dead. Probably.
Yeah, okay, there we go. It's always a question just because
Enchantress is so...
Yeah. It's really awkward, but they're going to grab the tier 1 on top of this, and NaVi, I mean, that looks so good for a second. That fight around the Roche pit, then Complexity, that boots of travel decision by Limp. Very intelligent.
And the fact that that Treant survived on like 10 HP
yes.
to allow the TP to complete. That's got to feel bad for NaVi.
Yeah, if they had the heroes, and if Dendi doesn't get stunned there, because coL is such a low level, he just respawned, came back in.
Yep.
That's what makes those Roshan fights so dangerous. A lot of damage being done at top. And this game, though, Cap, you notice there's no Dendi pushing out the side lanes. It's a completely different game. Yeah. He feels like he has to come to the fights. That bottom wave was being shoved in as well.
Play with his team a lot more.
Yeah. So this last game, or the first game, it cost Complexity a lot to make this maneuver. When they shoved in this top wave, Dendi was just farming the entire time, pushing in mid. But this time around, Complexity, much better late game, much better pickoff. Dendi doesn't feel like he has that kind of room to be able to do that. Instead, decides to come to the top fight, push it out himself.
coL's going to start working on his Blink Dagger. His brother's helping him out right now, helping him clear through some neutrals. Or maybe not.
I think it's the other way around.
I think it's the other way around indeed. Seafreak is apparently wanting that Solar Crest over the Blink Dagger.
Very good item against the Huskar.
Yeah.
Huskar, when is he ever going to build a MKB? It's just not really going to happen. Dendi at some point might build a Bloodthorn, but unlikely overall. Same with the Enchantress. You're going to negate most of this physical damage. It's going to be very good for you. Probably the best item that you can get in terms of financial value.
Yeah. So what do we do? NaVi are clearly in the hole by 7,000 gold. They're losing out on map control as well. We've already said this is not a great Huskar game. You said they start losing, they're going to lose the Huskar game. Well, they're losing the Huskar game. So what do we do to turn things around?
Hookshot flies in at bottom, doesn't land. Limp just getting out. I'm not sure because now the tables have turned. Complexity, they have better team fight, and they've got the better split push. Because how do you kill Limp? You're going to have to perfectly coordinate this. I think the best way to do it is Clockwork has to cogs him on the way out of the phase shift and try to catch him that way. But it's going to be pretty difficult to be able to grab him. And that's why we see him at the top of the net worth chart, because he can play this kind of style. Whereas in the Razor game, he was relegated to just showing up to fights and hoping that they went okay. And Crystallize dipping way below in net worth. 5th in this game, even behind this Moo Winter Wyvern, who doesn't have that much farm.
Seneko is behind Crystallize, but Limpet's going to find him first. They know exactly how this Huskar Oracle is meant to be played. And Seneko
Crystallize
doesn't even get the ultimate off on himself. Crystallize turns, tries to kill Z-Freak.
That's a Solar Crested Nature's Prophet. He's not worried at all. He actually didn't take any of those hits.
What happened? No, I mean, he was taking damage.
Yeah, but he only got hit from the ulti. The Fire Spirits didn't land. Oh, and the Clockwork Cogs barely miss. Solar Crest,
Wait,
man.
are you sure?
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
you just
Solar
not
Crest.
have Burning Spears on?
I think he... Maybe he didn't, but
I mean,
he has a Solar Crest.
It felt like he was taking right-click damage.
Dude, he's got a Solar Crest. Actually,
He's
I'm
not
almost certain
invulnerable.
that he didn't have the Burning Spears on because he didn't have any of the charges.
Not having the, I watched his HP tick, tick, tick. That's not how the ultimate works.
Maybe he was silenced, man. I don't know.
Maybe. Didn't they use the silence on Seneko?
They hired me as your replacement, not to analyze or anything like that. At top,
Crystallize going to try and catch Z-Freak. Round 2. Burning Spears is on. Z-Freak is taking damage from that one. He will die as a result.
Damn, you were right, man.
Woo. I was right on what? Burning Spears not being on or the ultimate not working that way?
I mean, I knew it wasn't on because...
Are you sure you're replacing me or am I replacing you?
Questions. But Dendi doesn't actually get the last hit. That's going to go to Seneko, who doesn't really need the gold. That's the weird part, is that Oracle doesn't really need gold in a game like this, but he's going to last hit by virtue of Oracle.
I feel like it's kind of the downside in the hero in a way, that you take so much gold for yourself, but you don't need it.
Well, in some games you have a really good start. You can get some items like Glimmer Cape or Force Staff as they make the jump in.
Phantasm, this is the turnaround.
You are not
Chessie, this is why we like the Chaos Snipers.
Seneko doesn't... He can't get his false promise off.
Can't get anything off.
Just dies, and Chessie, that's a huge kill for them.
They're getting Dendi as well? Oh, no, he TP'd out.
He's good.
It's close. Close call.
He's going to get a Shadow Blade and try to play the same game as he did in Game 1 and in Game 2. But the circumstances are wildly different, mainly because your Clockwork has a really hard time contesting any of these cores, and he has fallen so far behind in farm.
Yeah.
As a measuring stick, he's got 3,600 net worth, which is barely behind the Enchantress.
He won his lane.
He did. He did win his lane, but Clockwork without kills, what are you supposed to do?
Yep. This hero falls off so quickly.
Yeah. And
As
Kyle,
a core especially.
he's going to get his Blink Dagger a full 12 minutes faster.
A round of applause.
Much better Earthshaker game overall as pause is called.
I mean, it helps when you're 14,000 net worth ahead as a team. Some of that is going to trickle down to Kyle.
And NaVi, I mean, right now things are not looking good. Things are pretty
Look
rough
at
for
Kyle,
NaVi.
man. He's still going a mile a minute.
Yeah. He's laying
Happy,
out the
though.
game plan. He's like, I've got Blink Dagger, guys. Let's play around this. They can't beat us in fights. And NaVi, from the looks of it, hasn't really said anything to each other, and not a lot has to be said. They're losing a Huskar game in the mid game. Things are pretty rough right now. They've got to get some good pickoffs, but I'm not sure how that happens as they're going to go for Moo
Try
at
for
the
the
top.
Cox push back here. Moo
Oh,
is
he's
going to be
used
caught
his
by the
force that,
LSA, so he is going to go down here.
Nice.
Good pick for Navi.
They needed that.
Yeah.
Oh, they needed that so bad. And Moo immediately apologizes. He's like, guys, I really shouldn't have died. I've got 4 staff against Clock, and I've got the ability to fly.
That'll get him closer to the blade mail for general.
Yeah.
Though I'm not sure how much of a difference that really makes.
I don't think it makes that big of a difference at all.
Well, the Blink Dagger, huge pickup.
Yeah. His
hero.
inability to really set up kills. I mean, the top one was the first one in a while, but the CK just turns around and fights him. So I guess in that case, it's going to be pretty helpful. But the Puck, not a whole lot doing.
What's the is he going the Midas, Aghanims, etc. build on Winter Wyvern? I haven't seen the hero clicked on.
I don't know. He's got Hurricane Pike now.
Oh yeah, you got. Oh yeah, the Hurricane Pike.
Okay, up at top, coil's going to connect on Dendi. Sentry laid out 2. Bloodstone Suicides, correct thing to do. Seneko, not going to be so fortunate though. And now General, Chessie, smoke breaks, doesn't know. They're going to make this push up at top, and Crystallize just farming neutrals, trying to get whatever farm he can get. As Limp now finds him, he's got a DD rune. General trying to line it up.
Jump to the orb. They do have Z-Freak TPing in with that Lotus Orb. He does so much damage with the double damage as well. Chessie here to help clean things up and complexity. I mean, I think these are all just like minor things that kind of help them out right now. They're happy with these kills.
Minor,
but
dude. I just looked at the gold lead. Didn't even notice it's 14,000
Yeah,
at 23 minutes.
But ultimately, right, it's like, unless they get an insane team fight or pickoff, they're waiting for Roshan.
Yes, you gotta wait for the next Roshan. What? Your Huskar can't do anything. The pickoffs aren't easy, even with the Shadow Blade. Complexity is very prepared for this. They've got a bunch of sentries in their own jungle. They're waiting for Dendi to make these aggressive moves. They've already caught him off once. Dendi is kind of the answer to this Puck, because from Shadow Blade you can just burst him down.
Dendi
Yeah, he's gonna get hit by that.
trying to hunt. Not going to find anything, though.
And they're all up here right now. They're really desperate for a fight. Limp, though, he's got Boots of Travel on cooldown, so this might sort of be an opportunity. But if they don't deal with bottom, then Complexity is going to know that everyone's up at top right now. So this is the upside of this Puck with Boots of Travel, is that he can play this kind of style. Watch bottom right now. If nobody goes there in like 2 seconds, Limp's going to say, guys, nobody's up there.
But maybe Dendi's initiation is too fast. There goes the Hurricane Pike, pushing Dendi back before he can get the LSA. The Echo Slam,
that is
too.
a fast
They managed to
death.
get that kill. Now the 2 seconds on onto the Huskar, almost bringing him down immediately, but they managed to get the ultimate out from Seneko. But a stalling
There's the
ultimate from
counter.
the Winter Wyvern completely stops that one. Crystallize is still going to die in the trees, it looks like. And it looks like Roger may die as well. Limp, meanwhile, throws out the coil.
Limp didn't even bother showing. He's that confident that his team is so far ahead right now. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Once Dendi gets echoed, all that damage is gone because the Huskar is just so far behind in this game. He's got 6,500 net worth. Now he's fallen behind the 4-position Nature's Prophet, who's building a Silver Edge to counter the Huskar right now. They're just pushing in, not even waiting for Roshan.
Chessie, all right, jumping right on it, General. We get that quick and easy kill. Seneko unable to disarm him fast enough, and it looks like Dendi's going to get pulled back in as
that's
well.
another
He's
death.
dead. He does have a buyback, but I mean, NaVi at this point, even if you do buy back, you have to wonder how they're possibly going to make the comeback. Or even just be able to stall this game at all, as Complexity look more than strong enough to be able to take this tier 3.
Yeah, their cores are so strong right now. Chessie fears nothing. Limp knows that he can't die. They're going to shove this in, probably just back out, reset the game, force NaVi to make sure that their lanes are right. They've got a lot of objectives that they can go for. They can claim the Shrine. They can go for this Roshan. They're going to say, NaVi, come fight us. See what you can do. End the game for us.
Shadowblade, potential Silver Edge pickup for our Furion against the Huskar, or do you care that much?
Yeah. It's a pretty good item. I mean, what else are you going to get? You're not really progressing too far ahead, so you need these items that just lead into something else. Like these mini items. The Shadowblade's going to be very effective, especially since NaVi, the vision gain's going to suffer a little as they're going to run into coL here.
Okay, that's a great hero to run into with the clockwork,
the force,
but he does have the force staff to be able to get some distance away, and
Link
now the
forward.
Chaos Knight
Oh,
just
he
blows
dies.
up Seneko. No saving grace here. Now Roger's going to be caught inside the Sprout. No way out of that one either, while Limp goes ahead, chases down the clockwork, gets a dag on
Limp
him. Oh,
gonna
they're
get
actually going to
stunned
turn
from
on the
vision.
Limp, but it looks like that is enough to be able to finish him off. The Fisher just not there in time. Finally, another hit comes in from Chessie. It's a big crit and to get that kill, but Dendy's caught by Moo. Managed to throw out that Winter's Curse.
And
Control
Crystallize,
long
he's
enough.
going to get chased down too.
Oh no, Chessie has the Blink Dagger advantage and the movement speed. They just need to be able to get the stun, stop the TP
Oh,
just
barely
in
gets it.
time. You heard the completion of the TP there.
Even laying down the Echo.
Sure, why not?
He's like, guys, this
We're
is the
styling
stamp.
on 'em. Yep.
Such a disciplined game from Complexity. Really well played as Z-Freak.
Be right back.
Crystallize buys back, but you don't have Dendy for a little bit. They don't even bother going for the top racks. They are so confident in this game right now. They can do whatever they want. They've claimed the Shrine. There's still a bottom Shrine that they can go for, and a Roshan. Time and time again, it's been proven that they cannot take a fight outside of their base.
Maelstrom now complete for the Winter Wyvern. A heart, very close to being picked up by our Chaos Knight. I usually feel like heart is where the Chaos Knight enters like late game territory.
Yeah, that's when you know that you're strong.
Yeah.
And the fans trying to start a NaVi chant.
Reinvigorate Navi's hopes for this game 3.
Damn, you guys are going to be sad in like a minute.
The clap, the frenzy builds faster and faster as Navi approach their doom.
24K lead at 27 minutes.
Navi.
You need to chant a lot harder than that as NaVi, they're smoked up. Roshan's going to be the name of the game. They know that this is the last objective that they can possibly fight around.
And Lim's keeping tabs on it. He threw the orb.
And NaVi, they might try to sneak it, but Complexity also realized this is the last objective in the game that they go for.
Running in. Treant's going to spot him. Oh no, Navi, what are you going to do? You're stuck inside the pit against a Winter's Curse. Two heroes hitting on the Dendy. Fortunately, there's not much damage there.
Sneko
General's going to try and
silenced
stop Kyle from being able to get the initiation.
There's
Sneko
the
barely
fissure.
gets off the ultimate, but Crystallize is still in big trouble. Chessie's already on top of him. Kyle lays an enchant totem on top of him as well. They turn to Roger. Crystallize is still going to be able to full up
GG's
HP, but
called.
GG is called before the fight even ends. They know.
They know it.
They could see where this one was going.
An absolute stomp. 28 minutes.
Complexity dropping one game in their run through this group. They are now top 4 guaranteed for their Star Ladder Minor. They don't play until Sunday, and they are looking damn fine.
Dude, Complexity just topped a group with Secret, who's just been dominating the European scene.
Yep.
NaVi, who's been doing very well, top 2 in the CIS scene, and they beat NewBee, the best team in the Chinese that the Chinese has to offer.
Yep.
Second to TI. Are you kidding me? Complexity did that? I hope people are able to appreciate that. I'm not even trying to NA fanboy. That's just crazy if any team does that.
That is absolutely crazy. And it's even crazier to think it's not that Complexity. You know, it's always interesting to see these qualifiers in an upcoming season and see, like, certain teams are dominating a region or maybe a region's really competitive. But you always have to wonder, like, okay, but which region is going to end up being strongest? Yeah. So for me, it's kind of an interesting note that Complexity didn't even go through and win all those qualifiers. It's the only one they won.
But we do have an interview coming up.
Yep. That's going to be with, you got Chessie up there? Coming up soon.
Chessie up there. And he was so confident. Remember after game 1?
He was like, we got this.
Yeah, he looks at me and Cap. He's walking by. They had their team talk. They had just gotten pretty crushed in game 1. Then he walks by, and he's like skipping, and he's waving to us, trying to get our attention. He's like, dude, we're going to win. I was like, you sure? Like, did we watch the same game?
I was like, you guys just played like, I was thinking, you just played such a fast game against NaVi, and they paired you.
Yeah, like
they
what
step for step.
adjustments are you going to make here?
Yeah, like you can't play any faster. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
All right, our interview's ready. Going over to Chessie on the stage.
When and how you decided to use Nature's Prophet as a support?
I mean, Seafric has always been a big fan of Nature's Prophet, and since every single player on our team can play that hero, it's just a super versatile pick for us, and we just noticed it was a good game for it, so Moo could play the Winter Wyvern, because that's also something we've been experimenting with.
So it was totally an experiment. Has he tried this hero already, at least in pub games? I mean, Winter Wyvern.
Excuse me, what did you say?
Has he tried Winter Wyvern before, on Screams or something?
Oh yeah, no, we played a lot of Winter Wyvern. I think we played it in official games too. Usually we pick it with Drow Ranger, and it's actually really strong as a core hero, but works just as fine without a Drow Ranger too.
Well, and the last question, is it hard to play when the whole crowd is cheering for NaVi, or it motivates you to do it better?
I want to say that it's definitely a plus to have a home crowd like this on your side. Like even when they're losing, even when the game is practically over, we just hear them shouting NaVi, NaVi. And of course, it motivates us to win even more. But, you know, I would like to have that on our side sometime too.
Thank you and congratulations. And we are going back to the panel.
Complexity has punched their ticket to the playoffs. They'll join Liquid there. And NaVi, they're going to have to go to the lower bracket of their group as they get knocked down here by Complexity. What a game that was. I mean, that second game obviously was back and forth, but this was just Complexity. Actually, the first game was a little bit back and forth.
Yeah, I think this one, from the draft we were kind of talking about, if NaVi doesn't come out great in the lanes with this Enchantress Huskar, it's going to be really difficult for them to kind of come back, and then we saw what happened. Like they did, I would say, decent in the lanes, but doing decent in the lanes when you're playing versus a Nature's Prophet jungle, they're just going to become further and further ahead. General put his heart out in this game. He was everywhere trying to make the plays. You see him bottom of the net worth. He was making the moves everywhere in the map, but yeah, they just started falling further and further behind.
So the jungle never stops here for coL.
Yeah.
Jungle never stops. So much gold to get, you know.
Safe lane Wyvern coming to your pubs.
Oh no.
I mean, it's already happening a lot, like in C pubs.
In C pubs.
Yeah, a lot of people are trying out it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, though, I mean, this game, it was obviously a big draft win there as well, but NaVi still tried to make it happen. For example, they wanted to get the Roshan. You have a Huskar. You can order Roshan. There were a lot of fights around that Roshan as well. I mean, were you like from the get-go like this is not gonna happen?
I think if they got the rush, they of course have a better chance. It's just that's the nature of a Huskar draft. You need to get that first Roshan. But yeah, coL able to get in there quickly with their heroes, and Puck going for the Boots of Travel build was pretty cool and interesting, and just having that over-leveled Winter Wyvern, having the high level of the Splinter Blast as well as the Arctic Burn, they can just keep that fight going for such a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, they pretty much have two heroes, like with the bots and the Prophet. They pretty much have two heroes that can actually get anywhere on the map. Not sure if it was intentional or maybe they already planned it out where if the Prophet goes to a lane to gank, he summons the Treants, you know, then the Puck just spots in, and you know they have like two additional heroes anytime.
Very optimistic Huskar or coL.
Yeah.
Pick.
It's very difficult for them to execute it very well this game. Everything that was stacked against them, and General had so much to do this game.
This one was where a lot of it turned around, though. They go for this type of gank here with General. It just
I think
gets
he
turned
missed
around
the hook here, right? He missed the hook and he had to chase for the cogs for like maybe 2 to 3 seconds. He still got the cogs, but they were closer to the tower, so it resulted in 2 of them dying.
This fight, like, the Fissure even misses, and look, Limp, I'm pretty sure, just dies right away, and the fight still is going to go in favor of Complexity.
And at the end of the fight, Limp comes back and still helps helps this fight go the way of
just look at the Wyvern in this was ridiculous. I mean, Winter were like, oh, this Huskar's dead, and then, oh, boom, he's still alive somehow. We were like, wait, what? But just the continuous nukes coming out from Moo was definitely the clear-cut thing. They chase him. I feel like this was maybe a little bit of an over-chase here by NaVi. They get turned around.
Could they have actually finished the Rosh after that?
I think they may have actually. I don't know. It was still kind of healthy, right? It still had over
it was
a
like
third.
Yeah, I think it had like.
Yeah, it's
There you
still
go.
over a third HP.
But at this
still
point,
in the
look,
top.
Puck's already back. You know,
Yeah.
down goes Roger because there's a Dagon, or not yet at that point, but he still goes down. He did get a Dagon eventually, by
He
the way.
enchanted the creep too, and he still finished the bots on it.
Oh.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I actually saw that.
That was bizarre.
Maybe it doesn't stop. It's like morphing, you know, when you
Yeah.
enchant the morphing replicate,
You can still jump.
he can
to
still
it.
jump to it.
Yeah, but it has to
Right.
be some kind of interaction.
Nice ages still by General, by the way. Took Complexity a while to pick up the ages, obviously,
Yeah.
with the battery salt, perhaps. I don't know, just annoying them.
I mean, you
Yeah,
see
but-
General played his
And
heart
this
out,
is
but
this is
Yeah.
why we said the Huskar was really bad against like CK. CK just blows him up.
and Limp, that was like a perfect timing on the coil. He canceled the ulti, but yeah, General played his heart out, did everything he could in this game. Bottom 2 net worth. I mean, he was trying to make his team come back in it, but just unable to versus the sheer power from
It's
Complexity.
more like a strategic win this game, like a strategy win,
Yeah.
like draft win.
If
The
we were to
move-
pick an MVP, who would we go for, I think?
I think I have to give it a Moo again.
Moo again.
Mm,
I mean, he did so. I mean, I don't know. He did so much damage in the fights, but
I think the whole team like played really well.
I mean,
But you
sure. I
just said
mean,
have
yeah.
to.
But
Yeah.
if you
got it.
have to pick one, I mean, you could give it to Kyle if you wish.
Actually,
although
Kyle did play super
yeah,
well
because
too.
it's a
That's
draft
true.
I
win.
need
It's
draft.
a draft win, so
I did already say Moo, so gotta
Okay.
go with that. But
Chef Josh gets the MVP.
Chef Josh gets the MVP.
No, it was very impressive. Kyle, I think this was one of his best Earthshaker performances, in my opinion, too. He got the Arcane Boots super early this game. He even got a Blink Dagger at a very good timing.
and the decision to actually have the Prophet part of the tri-lane against the Huskar, I think that,
That
was
was
also,
cool.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was also a really cool decision, which I felt was very good. Gave them a really good lead over the Huskar early.
Yeah, they were winning, what, 2 out of
I
3
mean,
of their lanes.
we talk about the jungle, but the Prophet actually didn't start in the jungle. He went to the lane and
Yeah, he
helped
started
his,
bottom lane.
helped his team out, and he actually bought the career, all the wards and everything at the start. Shaker started with boots. Team player Prophet.
If you're Navi, I mean, you'd rather lose a draft loss than a gameplay loss, right?
Yeah, I think
It
that they...
seems more fixable.
I do think that Navi overall, though, they definitely played better and better, as I saw in this
Yeah.
tournament. Like
Yeah.
these were hard games that they played versus Complexity here,
Yeah.
but they definitely progressed a lot already in this tournament.
And it says a lot about the team too. The way they keep picking certain heroes, and it shows that how much they believe that this is how we're gonna play,
Yeah.
and we're really good at it. We're just gonna proceed with our plan.
Yeah, and they had some really good plays today as well. I mean, they made it to the winners bracket finals, of course. Moo, the MVP. We'll give it a share with Kyle there as well. But nice Winter Wyvern on the safe lane, I want to say. I mean, it was.
He's improved a lot, though. I was telling Fogg that how much I was really impressed by him at this event. Like before, he could only play a few heroes, but right now he's expanded his hero pool so much. Like his Beastmaster game, like his Wyvern game, he's playing so many different heroes that like it's really good. Like for a captain, where your offlaner plays so many different things that you can just like,
Very
if I
flexible.
don't get this, I'll be able to get that, and this helps us with this. So easy to draft.
Yeah, he's got a really different perspective on the game. Like I know that build you were saying it's the Ice build, going for like the Maelstrom and stuff afterwards with the Hurricane Pike, but just his item builds in general on his heroes, you wouldn't see other people doing that. We talked about the Dominator, Force Staff, Medallion, Beastmaster build. It's just great to see.
I've seen Medallion Beastmasters, Dominator Beastmasters, but I haven't seen like Medallion, Helm,
Combination.
Force Staff,
Yeah.
and then
Drums.
bots, BK, and the drums.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
He's a drums guy, you know.
good to
He's
see.
a drums guy. They're drums team, as you mentioned already. Indeed. I mean, it was impressive play all around. We can take a look at the brackets as that concludes today. Don't worry, the groups are not yet done. There's a lower bracket to be played out. So Complexity, they don't have to play lower bracket. They are already in the playoffs. Great. One more team from Group B will join them. NaVi versus Secret will be happening tomorrow, and then the winner of that will face NaVi. And we can take a look at Group A quickly as well, because Group A is also happening tomorrow, finishing tomorrow. We're going to first see Vici Gaming versus Mineski. That is actually going to be our first series of the day tomorrow. And then SG versus the winner of that. And the groups will alternate. So first going to be Vici Mineski, then Secret Newbie, then SG versus the winner, etc., etc. So 4 series tomorrow.
Fun day.
We can get a rematch of Secret Navi too.
We can get a
if Newbie
rematch of
loses.
Secret Navi. I would love that. And we are also losing 4 teams, much to the joy of Fogged.
Yay.
You said you were looking forward to that. That's your day.
Elimination day is always the best.
Only 2 teams of each group move forward to the playoffs, and then on Sunday we're going to have a single elimination bracket with those 4 teams. But for today, this was it. Now tomorrow, I already mentioned 4 best of 3s. That means we're starting earlier than we did today. And for CEST time, that is 9 a.m. For us, we're starting at 10 a.m. You can do the calculation yourself about where, you know, what time we're starting on your end of the world. But thank you so much for tuning in. We'll hope to see you back tomorrow. Shout out once more to Twitch TV, which is our broadcasting partner. And for now, from Starladder I-League Invitational, confusing there, we'll wish you a good night.